What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 3 in Kappa mode. So guys, today, we're going to be looking at creating an ocean world full of essence. That's what we need to do. So last episodes, we have been working on getting singularities, and we are trying to spawn in a bunch of different blocks that will turn into singularities, but that requires a whole lot of essence, right? We've been trying to convert liquid XP into essence using this fluid dictionary converter, and while it does work, it's very slow. It converts about 100 millibuckets per operation. I don't think it's per tick. I think it's per operation, maybe like per second or something. I actually don't know what the speed is. We could add in a bunch more of these fluid dictionary converters to scale up that process, but I think it's probably going to be better overall for us just to make a world out of essence. Is that a mob? Oh, look at you. I was wondering where this guy came from before. Is there a dark spot? That's got to be right here, right? F7? Yeah. So that's where... It's kind of funny, actually, that we had a baby zombie last time. I questioned that. Now we get another one. Well, anyway, so yeah, we got that solved. Anyway, so yeah, we want to make ourselves a world full of... or an ocean full of essence. And let's take a look at what that's going to cost. So if we come over here and we do essence... So if we want to make this stuff, that is going to require tier 5. Let's do a double click, shift double click. Okay, so we have everything here except for I can't remember the name of the thing. RFTools Dimensions. This thing, the liquid absorber. Okay, so this requires a number of source blocks of the fluid that we want in order to be absorbed, so we can make a dimlet out of that. And then once we have the dimlet, we can go ahead and make an ocean. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is go grab some essence. And I think we should have some already down here in this drum, right? Yeah, so we have quite a bit of it, actually. Let me turn my dislocator on, and I'm going to steal this drum. I think I got both of those items. I did. Awesome. All right, so the next thing is we need to make a liquid absorber. Some kind of a way to place that fluid in the world. Let's see. This thing is made like so. And in order for us to do that, we need a machine frame. This one. And that looks like that's going to be rather simple for our system to craft up. Yep, done. Awesome. All right. So liquid absorber. I think we have something called a fluid placer, right? Okay, so we have the fluid placer from Actually Additions. We just need to take this fluid, put it in there, and then this takes the fluid internally and puts it into a source block in the world, and then this would just sit on top of that, right? So that's pretty simple to do. And then we're going to need translocators in order to get the fluid out of this drum into this thing, and then glowstone as well. Awesome. And then we need some kind of block to retain this while we are doing the absorbing. So I'll just use what's in my dank null here. Right, so we want block, fluid placer. I don't remember if it faces away or towards me. It looks like it faces towards me. So then there's our gargantuan drum, translocator, glowstone, button, and there we go. There's our essence in the world. Then we'll place a block here, the absorber here. And now it's just going to be a waiting game on this thing. We could probably go grab the Astral Sorcery Tick Accelerator to like make this place faster. Yeah, it says it's got all the essence in there. Yeah, we could do that to make that place faster. In fact, might be an idea to do that. So let me grab this guy. The only problem with doing this is I don't know where my current acceleration is. Oh, it doesn't look like we have anything accelerated. So that's called a ritual anchor. And then also I will make it nighttime so it goes faster. Did I not click on it? Can I not click on it with that? Okay, can't click on it with that. Oh, and I stopped linking because I scrolled off the thing. No. Always put that in your offhand so you can still do other things. Okay, so we need a ritual anchor. One of those. And right click it. So we're almost done, but yeah, we can see that's going like way faster now. Okay, so we are done. Liquid essence in this thing. And we're probably just going to go ahead and waste the essence in here. This holds 8 buckets of it, but we're going to have an ocean full of it. So like, it doesn't really matter. Okay, I think we'll just leave that alone for now. I'll get rid of this. Yeah, we'll just leave this here for now. We're going to use a different container, I believe, to retain the essence that we're going to collect from the dimension that we're going to be making here pretty soon. So let's go make our dimlet. We have everything ready to go at this point in order to make it. So there's that and liquid dimlet essence. Boom. That's not so difficult to do, right? I mean, we already had like pretty much everything except for the liquid absorber that was full of the essence. So pretty simple. All right, so we want to make ourselves a RFTools dim, or actually, no, I guess we just search for the dimlets. So we want to get ourselves a single biome. Let me do that while I'm on this screen. Okay. So controller dimlet single. A biome controller will affect how biomes are used in this dimension. So we want that, and in order to do, I guess we can do this one. Controller dimlet. Oh, no. We do have to do this one. So we need the dimlet template. So 3 of those, and this controller dimlet single, and then we're gonna need ocean. I don't think we have that, but it looks like we have shallow ocean. That's not really what we want. So how would we get ourselves an ocean biome or a deep ocean? So that's something else that we're going to have to figure out here. So if we do RFTools Dimension once again, there is a Biome Absorber. So if we take this and we go somewhere that has an ocean, we can absorb that biome. This block, place this block in an area and it will gradually absorb the essence of the biome it is in. You can use the end result in the dimlet workbench. Yeah. So if we go and find ourselves where an ocean is, we can place this down and this will absorb that ocean. Then we can make an ocean dimlet out of it. What does that cost over here? Let's take a look. So if we want to do an ocean or a deep ocean, that's just a level 1. So that's really cheap. The deep ocean, same thing, pretty cheap. And then the shallow ocean is even cheaper. But yeah, I think we want to get ourselves like a regular ocean or a deep ocean. So next stop is to try and figure out how to get an ocean. All right, so I was just kind of thinking, like if I go through my warpy thing here, if we look at these different dimensions, which ones would have vanilla biomes? Well, the first one I came to is Deep Dark. I'm sure Lost Cities would probably work as well. But yeah, Deep Dark. So I went to J, our mini map here, and I was just kind of hovering over. You can see above the toolbar at the bottom how it says the different biomes that we're in. So that's river, and right here is deep ocean. Directly to the south of us is deep ocean as well. So that's like really convenient. All right, so if we just go this way to the south, we're at, yeah, right, I think it just, yeah, it says deep ocean right here. Wow, okay. That's like really, really awesome. River, deep ocean. Okay, so let's make ourselves a Biome Absorber and see how this works. I'm not sure if I've made one of these before in the past. I just knew they existed. So then we need to get ourselves a machine frame. And I should probably craft up like 10 of those so I don't have to wait on these every time in the future. But like they don't take forever to craft, so it's fine. Biome Absorber. All right. And then, so double check. This says deep ocean underneath our mini map there. So if I place that down, I think I have to give it a redstone signal. No. It just works. Okay. So just got to place it in the dimension. And I don't know if the astral sorcery thing works cross dimension. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. So we're just going to wait for this thing to absorb all of the biome information. All right, so now that we have our biome deep ocean, we can place that next to our controller dimlet single. It actually doesn't have to be next to this. This can be anywhere in here, right? As long as there's one biome specified. I think if you put in another one, it'll give you this warn message here. Too few biomes specified for single. Yeah, so we just put in the biome in here. And then we have a terrain dimlet normal. And this says, this affects the type of terrain that you will get in a dimension. This dimlet can receive liquid and material modifiers, which have to come in front of the terrain. So behind that, we have the material dimlet stone. That way, all of the material that's not going to be the fluid is going to be stone. And then we have our liquid dimlet essence. Okay, so I think that should be pretty much all we need to do here. And then we'll call this essence, store it. Okay, so this says it is going to cost 51,000 RF per tick to create it, and then 50,000 RF per tick afterwards to maintain it. All right, I think we can handle that since we're gaining like 600,000 in this thing, 625,000 per tick. I think we're going to be just fine. All right, so let's come downstairs and we'll throw it into this guy over here, which shouldn't be doing anything at this point. And yeah, I think this is going to work just fine. I was just thinking if there's anything else that we needed to do here. So we just drop that in here. This is going to be using that 51,000 RF per tick right now while it creates the dimension. And then afterwards, it'll just use 50,000 RF per tick. So I think what we're going to do when we get there is we're going to grab all of the fluid and we're going to put that into, what do they call that? Like a black hole? One of these? Black hole tank? I think this holds like a ridiculous amount of fluid. I don't know if there's another one in this pack that holds that. Let's search for a tank, maybe. Maybe there's another one I was thinking of. Where is it? Is there any other ones in here? Maybe not. There might be another one, but I think we'll just go ahead and use this anyway. So that has EMC. Do we know about that black hole? No, we don't. Okay, so we can make one of those. And then we'll do that. Now we know about them. We can make all of the black hole tanks. Okay, very good. So now that we have that, we're going to want to get ourselves... Oh, quantum tank. That was a thing I was thinking of. Do we have that known? Quantum tank. Yeah, okay, so that's what we used before. Yeah. Let's use these again. So we used that for Miriam. I think I like these better because they have a window and you can kind of see what's in there without having to right-click on it. Quantum tank. Yeah, we have so much Miriam in there. It's ridiculous. So we'll store all of our fluid in here. And like what we did with the Miriam, we will use the RFTools builder. I believe is what we did. And yeah, the builder with the fluid extraction thing, the quarry. Do we have a quarry? Maybe I left that in the Miriam dimension. I can't remember. Anyway, how's this thing doing? Okay, so this is done. Yeah, maintenance cost 50,000 as expected because we specified everything that could be on there. Okay, well, let me get some things together and then we'll go visit this dimension. Okay, so I think we should have everything ready to go. So we're going to go from our base to the essence dimension. We'll dial once. And before we go, like we do, I will carry this thing on me just in case. I don't expect there's going to be any problems, but just in case. So let's warp to this new dimension. And things are loading in. And this looks exactly like what we wanted, right? A little laggy while things load. Hopefully it won't be laggy all the time. I think our Miriam world was a little laggy, wasn't it? If we go down here. Okay, so there is... Oh, interesting. Yeah, deep oceans, I guess, because a quark can spawn in the Guardians. Okay. Yeah, this dimension is a little laggy all the time. See if we can get through this. So we want to put our builder right here. And then we want to put our shape card pump. We want to shift right click on this. We want to see dimensions 512 by... Oh gosh, I don't know. Let's do 64 by 512. And then we'll offset which... We need to figure out which direction is which. So I am currently going in... the negative X, and this way is negative Z. Okay, so we want to offset by, is it 512? Or do you do 256? I think it's 256, isn't it? 256. 256. And then we'll offset by 32. I think that's what we need to do. So that should like grab everything in this direction, ocean level, that's essence. I think that's right. Oh, this already had a shape card in it. Oh, I didn't realize it stored that. Well, actually, let's take a look at what this one says. Yeah, 256. Okay, I wasn't incorrect there. All right, so this one Uh-oh. It's super laggy. So yeah, it looks like that is right. So we'll place that on here. No room for liquid or no usable tank above or below. Well, I think that is incorrect. And then filter module. What is this set to? Right. Man, it has been so long since I last did this. I forgot that we did all of these different things. Yeah, we definitely want to filter essence, right? We definitely want to make sure that the only thing that we're going to get is essence. That way it's not going to stop when it hits like some random water source or lava or something like that. So now that we have this known, we need to get ourselves a bucket. And then we can do that. And then we'll put the filter in there. Cool. So now we know, yeah, so we're going to mine, or we're going to pump everything that's essence, whitelisting. Okay, on to activate. So we need to put a lever here. We need to get our dimensional transceiver here. And then we need I need a capacitor. I think one of those is fine, the stellar capacitors. Okay, so the settings. Configure IO, no, that's fine. All right, okay, so power. We want power out, receive. So this should have power now. This thing is already enchanted, not enchanted, it's infused. I think we should be good. Are we collecting fluid? I'm not seeing anything go in here, which has me worried. Okay. I'm seeing the Y level. Yeah, we made a mistake. We made a mistake. This was supposed to be negative 32, not positive 32. Okay, so we can reset this. There's a way to reset it. Press to restart, stop. All right, so if I do that, now we're getting essence, and woo, we're getting a lot of it real fast. Okay, I don't know where this thing is mining, but it is mining somewhere in this general direction. Probably way over there past this thing, which is fine. All right, we're going to let this thing fill up. And okay, I thought it stopped for a second there. Yeah, we're going to let this thing fill up full of fluid. And then we should be able to bring this back to the base and call that good. We might even, I'm thinking we could like chunk load this. Ooh, the stars are jumping a little bit. I was going to say we could chunk load this and leave this going all the time and use something like a, what you call it, the ender tank to send fluid back and forth. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure I want this dimension running all the time. Yeah, I definitely would like to see this thing full as possible. That way we can just set it and forget it and spawn in a whole bunch of the animated blocks. Well, anyway, I'm going to let this go for a while. We'll be back. Alright guys, well I just discovered that we had some kind of problem in our world here. Our 8x compressed obsidian, yeah, we had many stacks stored in this barrel and they were not going into the transmutation chamber and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I saw the sky jumping and I was checking the TPS or whatever and like, yeah, we were lagging because of this. So I thought maybe as a translocators, I broke and replaced them and that didn't fix it. I broke and replaced this and that didn't fix it. Turns out... Well, actually, the efficiency catalyst I put in here, but I thought I put in this other thing. Hold on a second. The alchemical algorithms to allow this to learn new things. I thought I put that in there. And now it's gone again. Maybe I took it back out without realizing. I don't know. Anyway, so I put the efficiency catalyst in there and that didn't solve it. But as soon as I put this that allows transmutation chambers to learn new items, it started accepting the compressed obsidian. We had already learned that. I don't know why that was an issue. Anyway, but yeah, like I said, putting that in there allowed this thing to accept those and everything was all happy again. Very weird. Well, I did not fill up an entire quantum tank full of essence. I got this one to 16%. I put another one in that dimension with a spot loader, so it's just loading the builder. So we're still collecting this stuff right now as we're talking. So eventually we'll have that one completely full, and then I'll go back and throw this in there, get that completely full. Then we'll have two of these and we can depower that dimension. Probably not worry about that again. I got rid of our OR dictionary converter and the applied energistics cabling that was here. So now we can freely turn these things on and just let this run and not even worry about it anymore, which is great. So that means that we can start collecting singularities for all of these animated block types. So the next thing is, now that we got these under control, well, at least for the most part, the thing is, do we want to increase the amount of spawners per animated block so we can collect them that much faster? Do we want to do the same thing with the other blocks, the essence blocks? Do we want to like spawn those in as these kinds of blocks instead of doing the mystical agriculture? Oh, that's really loud. 1 second. Ah. These are things that I'm not actually sure what we're gonna do. So if we come back over here, so these are the blocks that we can do out of mystical agriculture, and I said that we were going to do that. So jade, yeah, we have, did we ever make jade seeds? I honestly can't remember if we did or did not. Those are like a bright green, slime seeds, zombie seeds, creeper seeds, terrestrial, nature seeds. They might be in here. Yeah, I guess probably what we're gonna want to do, I'm sure we have a seed for one of these, maybe like steel leaf or ironwood or dash or meteoric iron. I think what we want to do is set up like some kind of a test thing, see what it takes to create the blocks and how fast we can get them and how big this farm needs to be in order to collect the blocks from the essences. And then do we want to expand that to include all of these different blocks? I think that's probably going to be our next step here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and grab maybe meteoric iron. I'm pretty sure we have that seed in here somewhere. Let me go ahead and get something. Let me find something here. I guess we'll do ironwood. So yeah, we'll go ahead and try and get a thing of ironwood hooked up. We can do the imaginary... does the imaginary time block not have EMC? Does this? It does have EMC. We never learned it. Let's go ahead and learn that then. We have one right here. Let's go ahead and break that. Place that into here. There we go. Now we know about these things. Place that back with our... Oh, you know what? I said that we had an Ender Spectre... or a Spectre thing around here that I didn't know where it was, and that's the one. It's gotta be, right? All right, so we're doing just a small scale test here. We have 3 of these plants growing, and we just have one mechanical user right-clicking on them, not even speed upgrade, and we're making more of the essence than we can combine into blocks, right? So 8 of these essence turn into 5 ingots, and you can see the output is full, and that's going into a factorizer here, which is trying to turn those into blocks, and we're ejecting over here into this chest, and that's how fast we're making the blocks. But yeah, you can see we are backing up quite significantly here in essence. So we could make this work if we expand out and do a whole bunch of factorizers. I don't know which way is better. It would be much better if there was a way that we could convert these ironwood ingots directly into blocks without having to be going through a factorizer, which really slows down this whole process. Yeah, if we could do that, that would be good. Other than that, I think spawning in like we're doing with our other blocks is probably going to be the fastest method. And if we're going to be doing that, we're going to be adding in how many more blocks? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more spawners, which is fine. But I feel like adding 7 more spawners, having them all go into that one area where we're killing monsters, probably isn't ideal. How are we doing? Item dislocator deactivated. Yeah, so having all of these guys spawn in, we're gonna have like almost double. I think we have 10 spawners going right now. Having almost double of those going into here with all of the regular hostile mobs. Yeah, maybe we'll just get rid of like our whole warpy thing that we're doing here and just set up another mob masher or mob crusher. Have a few of those down here so these guys just kind of fall down onto the floor and they get crushed here. We could collect all the items and either send them over into there or have applied energistics deal with them, which would put them into these things, or, you know, any number of different things that we could do. I think that's probably going to be the best method, and apparently this still isn't tall enough. So we'll have to worry about that and make sure that's a couple of blocks taller than the last spawner that we get in here. All right, how are we doing on the essence? Yeah, we haven't used that much overall. Okay, well, we've learned a few things today, and that's for sure. Yeah, making the deep ocean was pretty easy. Getting the essence being collected, pretty easy. That's super loud. Doing the mystical agriculture method of trying to make the blocks in this mod pack, probably not the most ideal way of doing it. Yep. I think we're going to go ahead and not do it this way, especially with the amount of blocks that we're going to need. So I'm just going to go ahead and tear this all down. We'll just stop this whole thing from going. Yeah, like I said, we could add in more factorizers, which would be able to handle it, but there would just be so many of them, guys. I think it's just not worth doing. And this feels pretty slow as well. Yeah, anyway, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap the episode up here for today. We got our essence going, which is fantastic. Our other drum, our other quantum tank is being filled as we speak, and then we'll be able to handle quite a lot more spawning. I guess we could look. I didn't look at this yet. Let me do this. Did we get any more singularities? Have we gotten one of the ones that we're spawning in just yet? Doesn't even look like it. Oh my goodness. We might have to scale that operation up quite a lot as well in order to get the singularities being formed from all the blocks that are coming in here. I'm just trying to look to see. There's one. This. Okay. So only 5,700 of the flux electrums so far. Yeah, we're probably going to have to really scale up our whole operation here, but I feel like the animated blocks is definitely the way to go. But anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.